Good evening, welcome to Hindi is Easy. Today we are going to do the part 2 video for the line by line explanation of the lesson Gobi Ka Fool, lesson 7, class 6, new Gunjan book. Hope you would have seen the previous video, the part 1 line by line explanation of the lesson. If not, I'll give the link in the description box. Please go and watch the video and understand the lesson. If you're still not subscribed my channel, please subscribe my channel and recommend among your friends circle. If you have any clarification or feedback, please put in the comment section. I'll surely reply back. If you like the video or the video is useful for your learning, please click the like button. Your subscription and like will motivate me to add more videos. So in the part 1 video, stopped here where the author is able to finally get the gobi for 1 rupee 50 paise, and thinking the goodness of gobi, he also purchases 2 or 4 for himself. So now let's see what happens next and what are the other difficulties he faces to get the gobi to Allahabad. प्लेटफॉर्म पर हाथ में एक खूबसूरत अटैची के साथ एक जाबा गोभी के फूल लेकर सफ़र करने वाला मैं अपने ढंग का अकेला ही मुसाफिर दिखाई पड़ रहा था. सो इन द प्लेटफॉर्म हैविंग वन ब्यूटीफुल सूटकेस, अटैची सूटकेस, एक जाबा इज द बास्केट ऑफ காலிஃப்ளவர். இதை வச்சுக்கிட்டு சஃபர் ஜேர்னி பண்ணுற a different kind of traveler நானாக தான் இருப்பேன். முசாஃபிர் இஸ் traveler. So in the platform, I was a different, unique or traveler who was having a beautiful suitcase with me, also a basket of cauliflower, and I will be the one person who is traveling in this way, waiting for the train. So I'll be the one such traveler waiting for the train in the platform. So this is a very unique dangna and the unique type format la irukku illaya. Suitcase அழகாக இருக்குது, பட் ஒரு basket of cauliflower இருக்குது. ஸோ இட் இஸ் a unique ஸ்டைலில் இருக்கிற ஒரு traveler. He is making fun of himself. Ticket checker 2 बार पास से गुजरा and the ticket checker has gone through nearby him 2 times. गुजराना he has passed nearby to him 2 times. Coolie से पूछा and he asked the coolie. Coolie is the person who carries the luggages and we have to pay for him. सामान बुक करवा लिया है या नहीं? So have you booked for this luggage, because he was having a basket full of cauliflower, right? So have you taken the ticket for the luggage also? So in this way, he asked the coolie and checked whether the person is having the ticket for the luggage. दो एक परिचित चेहरे दिखाई पड़े, दो एक ना ஒன்று ரெண்டு தெரிஞ்ச முகம். He is familiar. परिचित is familiar on a face. He was able to see in the platform in the Lucknow. और बोले कहिए दावत कब है? So seeing the basket full of cauliflower, they started to ask when is the feast. தாவத்னா எப்போ ஏதாச்சும் ஒரு ஃபங்க்ஷன் இருந்தால் தானே we'll be getting so much of vegetables to the home, right? Familiar people whom you could see in the platform, they started to ask the author when is the feast. संजीदगी से जवाब देता हुआ मैं प्लेटफॉर्म पर बढ़ती हुई भीड़ और अपने गोभी के जाबे को देख रहा था. So seriously, संजीदगी means seriously I was giving the reply for the questions and I was watching the people, the crowd which is increasing in the platform. बढ़ती हुई भीड़ ना, the crowd which is increasing. The train வர நேரத்துக்கு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா there will be more crowd. गोभी के जाबे and the cauliflower or a basket also I was watching. So what are the two things he was watching? The basket and the people, the crowd which was increasing the platform, he was watching. कूली चढ़ाने का आश्वासन दे रहा था and the coolie was giving a assurance. आश्वासन ना assurance கொடுத்துட்டு இருந்தாரு. Amidst of this crowd, I will ensure that I am loading the luggage into the train. Like that the coolie is giving the assurance, hope கொடுத்துட்டு இருக்காரு. पर 1 रुपया इनाम चाहता था, but he want 1 rupee as the reward. Like he was expecting ₹1 in turn if he successfully loads the luggage into the train. See here, so coolie is having a basket full of gobi and he is having a beautiful suitcase and standing in the platform waiting for the train. 2 times the ticket checker has also come and visited along and he asked the coolie that whether the luggage has been booked, whether ticket has been purchased for the luggage, and the 2 or 3 familiar faces which he could see in Lucknow platform, they asked whether there is any feast, when is the feast, like that. So seriously giving the reply to them. He was also watching the basket and also the crowd which is increasing in the platform. Gaadi aayi, the train has come. Tasatas bari mail. Tasatas is fully loaded with the passengers. So mail is the train name. So Tasatas bari mail, the express train we say as mail. Maramari ka drish. Maramari means the climbing up, getting inside, getting down, pushing, pulling, all these things is happening. because the train has come and train is full of passengers, and the people who has to get down, they have to push. The pull and push is happening between the passengers who has to get down on get inside the train because the train is fully packed with the passengers. कुछ लोग डिब्बे से बाहर निकलने का प्रयत्न कर रहे थे and கொஞ்சம் பேர் வந்து அந்த பாக்ஸ் கோச்சிலேருந்து வெளியே வர்றதுக்கு ட்ரை பண்ணிட்டு இருந்தாங்க, பிரயத்னா ட்ரை பண்ணிட்டு இருந்தாங்க. और कुछ चढ़ने का and few were trying to get inside, உள்ளே போகிறதுக்காக ட்ரை பண்ணிட்டு இருந்தாங்க. मेरे கூலி ने अपना चुक चौहान की तरफ मुझे ललकारा. ललकाराना चैलेंज பண்ணாரு. My coolie who was holding the basket, now he challenged me like a Chauhan. If you know the story of Chauhan, in the 18th century, Chauhan, Prithviraj Chauhan has won Muhammad Gauri 17 times. But 18th time, Muhammad Gauri has made the bandi. அவரை வந்து பிடிச்சிட்டாரு. ஆனால் அதுக்கப்புறம் அந்த கண்ணு அந்த ஹாட் அந்த அயன் ராட் வச்சு அவரோட கண்ணை வந்து உடச்சி போட்டார். ஸோ பிருத்திவிராஜ் சௌஹான் இப்போ என்ன பண்ணார், அவரோட ஃப்ரெண்டு ஒரு சந்திரவர்தாயின்னு சொல்லிட்டு ஒரு ஃப்ரெண்டு இருக்கார். அவர் ஒரு போயட்டிக் லைன்ஸ் சொல்லி முகமது கௌரி எங்கே இருக்காருன்றதை சொல்லிட்டார். ஸோ அதுக்கப்புறம் அவர் கண்ணு இல்லைனாலும் முகமது கௌரியை சாகடிச்சிட்டார். ஸோ அது மாதிரி ஸோ பவர்ஃபுல், ஸோ பிரேவான அந்த ஸ்டோரியை கம்பேர் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க அந்த கூலி வந்து நம்ம ஆத்தர்கிட்ட. ஸோ சௌஹான் மாதிரி நீயும் உள்ளே எப்படியாச்சும் உள்ளே போயிடு, வித் பிரேவ்னஸ் யூ ஆல்சோ கெட் இன் டு த ஃபுல்லி பேக்டு ட்ரெயின் அப்படின்ற மாதிரி சொல்கிறதுக்கு தான் வி ஹவ் கம்பேர்ட் திஸ் வேர்ட் ஹியர். मेरे कुली ने अपना चूक चौहान की तरफ मुझे ललकारा. So अपना चूक चौहान இப்போ விட்றாத चौहान get into the train like that he is telling. मैं भीतर घुसने लगा, I was getting inside. घुसने ना I was pushing myself to get inside. भीतर ना उल्ला पोर्तका I was pushing myself. भीतर वाले मुझे दूसरे डब्बे में काली जगह के बारे में अतिरिक्त जानकारी के साथ रेल के सारे कानून एक साथ समझाने पर तुल गए. So ulla irukra people, what they started to give me the information that in the another coach the place is there, why don't you take the next coach, like that they were giving all the information. So also the rules and regulations of trainல போகிறதுக்கான rules and regulations இருக்குல்ல, அது எல்லாமே சொல்கிறதுக்கு they were kept on busy. அத்ரிக்த் ஜான்காரினா the more information they started to tell, and also they added the rules and regulations which we have to follow while we are traveling in the train. So in the ரெண்டுத்துலையுமே they were kept on busy. So who were very busy telling all these details? The persons who were inside the coach already. And the compartment and the train the people started to say all these details. पर हया नाम वस्तु मैं प्लेटफॉर्म पर छोड़कर ही डिब्बे के भीतर घुसा था. So हया அந்த ஷேம்ன்ற ஒரு ஃபீல் இருக்கும்ல, அதெல்லாம் நான் பிளாட்ஃபார்ம்லே விட்டுட்டேன். I just left my shame feel in the platform itself and I entered the train. In the sense, author is not willing to listen to anyone's advice. His aim is to get into the packed train and find a place for himself, and also he has to take the luggage. Not luggage yaar kitta irukku, luggage is with the coolie. भीतर घुसते ही गोभी के फूलों की चिंता हुई. So after I got into the train, I started to worry about the gobi flowers. ஸோ இப்போ தான் எனக்கு ஃப்ளவர்ஸோட ஞாபகம் வந்துருச்சு, அதோட வரினஸ் ஸ்டார்ட் ஆயிடுச்சு. பிகாஸ் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் த பாயிண்ட் வாஸ் ஹீ ஹாஸ் டு கெட் இன் டு த ட்ரெயின். நவ் ஹீ இஸ் இன்சைட் த ட்ரெயின், நவ் ஹீ இஸ் திங்கிங் अबाउट द cauliflower. जबा पूरा भीतर नहीं आ सकता था. सो जबा द basket was not able to get into the door. அது உள்ள வழி கரெக்டாக ஃபுல்லாக ஃபிக்ஸ் ஆகலை, அது உள்ளே வர்றதுக்கு இடம் பத்தலை. ஸோ the basket was unable to get into the door properly. गोभी के फूल धीरे धीरे करके आ रहे थे. So the coolie, what he has to do, he has to tilt it and he has to push it inside, right? So one by one the flowers were getting into the train. आखिरी किस्त में 2 फूल प्लेटफॉर्म पर से घिसक कर डिब्बे के नीचे रेल की पटरी पर पहुंच गए. So आखिरी किस्त is the last installment ல இருக்க 2 flowers. What happened? It has slipped and it has went down under the கோச்சுக்கு கீழே போயிடுச்சு. இந்த ட்ராக் இருக்கும்ல அந்த இடத்துல போயிடுச்சு. அந்த கோச் இருக்குல்ல, அந்த பாக்ஸ் கம்பார்ட்மெண்ட்டோட கீழே இருக்க பட்ரி ட்ராக் அந்த இடத்துல போய் விழுந்துடுச்சு. ஸோ the box was, the basket was unable to get into, and somehow one by one the gobis were getting in, and the final 2 last installment 2 gobi, what happened? It slipped and went into the track below the coach. It has fallen down. So the train has come, it is fully packed. So seeing the fully packed train, the first tension was how to get into the compartment. Next the coolie has to get the basket inside the compartment, right? So So somehow the author managed to get into the compartment and everyone started to give the suggestion, you should have moved to the other compartment where there is a place, or should have kept it here. All those things and suggestions and rules and regulations the people were telling to him. But he is not in the position to listen everything, and what he did, he was just thinking about the gobi, how it has to get in. Now I have come into the train, but the basket has to come, right? So the basket was not able to fix into the door, so somehow the coolie was managing to make the gobis to get into the train. So the gobis were coming one the other. The coolie was trying to keep the basket tilted and kept the basket, and he was trying to keep the gobis, and the final two last gobis slipped and as went under the coach. The track lo poi virundiruchu. It has fallen down in the near the track. मैं कूली पर बिगड़ने लगा. Now I got anger on Coolie because he did not do this work properly. He has missed two gobis, right? बिगड़ने लगा ना, संडा पोड़ा आरंभिष्टा. He started to talk verbally. कूली इनाम मांगने पर अटका हुआ था. But what is his intention? The coolie's intention is to get 1 rupee इनाम, right? To deliver the basket into the train. So he has done his work. So he was willing to get ₹1 before the train leaves. और मैं गिरी हुई गोभी के दाम पर, and I was thinking about and asking about the price of losing to 2 gobis because he has spent 1.5, 1.5, 3 rupees has gone, right? So the discussion was happening between the coolie and the author about for the 2 gobis which has been missed out. तू मैं बनने लगी. तू मैं मीन्स சண்டை போட ஆரம்பிச்சிட்டாங்க. நீ தான் பண்ண இதனால தான் ஆச்சு. All the excuses we tell and we talk, right, verbally. So all these things started. दोनों अपनी अपनी भाषा में एक दूसरे को ऊंच नीच कह रहे थे. So both were telling in their own languages. அவங்கவுங்க லாங்குவேஜில் யூஸிங் த வேர்பல் அப்யூஸ் லாங்குவேஜ் சொல்லுவோம் இல்லையா, அந்த ஸ்கோல் பண்ண ஆரம்பிச்சிட்டாங்க. So they started to scold very badly using their own languages. So now getting into the, so somehow he has get into the train and the discussion with the coolie is also over. गाड़ी के भीतर का दृश्य भी निराला था. So inside the coach how the scene was very unique இருந்துச்சு. நிராலா is very strange ஆவும் இருந்துச்சு for the author. நிராலா you can take unique or strange. दृश्य is scene. So how the scene was inside the coach, it was very strange for the author. एक स्वर कहता था साहब उधर ले जाइए ना. So one person was telling you take that basket there. दूसरा बोला बेंच के नीचे कर लीजिए. So you keep the basket under the bench. तीसरा ऊपर से जाने का सुझाव दिया, and the suggestion was given by the third person to keep it in the top. पर कोई भी अपनी जगह से तिल भर भी हिलने को तैयार ना था. But no one was interested to move even a bit. तिल भर, till is sesame seed. You have seen a sesame? Till is sesame. So have you seen a sesame seed? எள்ளு பார்த்துருக்கீங்களா? How small it will be. அந்த small position கூட யாருமே மூவ் ஆகிறதுக்கு ரெடியாக இல்லை. No one was ready to move a little bit from the place where they were sitting or standing, but everyone started to give the suggestion to keep this here, keep under the bench, keep on top. All those things were discussed by the people who were already present inside the coach. गोभी का जाबा वही नीचे पड़ा रहा. So now the basket was in the down. कीले था इर्नची. He could not do anything because it's already crowded. So the basket was kept down. स्टेशनों पर गाड़ी रुकती रही और लोग डिब्बे में सबके मना करने पर भी उसी तरफ घुसते रहे जिस तरफ मैं घुसा था. So in all the stations the train was stopping, and everyone, though the people who are inside the coach were telling not to get in, it's already fully packed, but still the people were trying to get in as I pushed myself inside the coach. So இவர் எப்படி ஷேமை விட்டுட்டு எது சொன்னாலுமே பரவாயில்ல உள்ளே நுழைஞ்சிட்டாரோ அதே மாதிரி மற்றவங்களும் எந்தெந்த ஸ்டேஷனில் நினைச்சோ அங்கே இருக்க people also started to push themselves inside the coach because somehow they have to take the train. So they were not listening to anyone. As the author also didn't listen, the people also didn't listen, and their aim was also to get into the train. मेरा अकेला स्वर डिब्बा खुलते ही मुझे सुनाई पड़ता था. So my voice alone I could hear, because when the train stops in any station he will tell that he has kept the basket there, right? So when we also tell to someone, right, என் luggage இருக்கு கொஞ்சம் பார்த்து ஏறுங்க, I have kept my luggage, please see that. Like that we will also tell the new passengers who are getting inside the compartment. Like that the author also was telling, and he can hear his voice. बचाइएगा, so save that. देखिएगा, please see. अरे इधर नहीं. So no not here. इधर गोभी है. Here I have kept the basket. अरे ट्रंक उधर ले जाओ. Keep your trunk, keep your suitcase somewhere else. पर जब आदमी जनता हो जाता है तो कौन किसकी सुनता है? So when the human being has changed as a people, mob मारी crowd आइटे पिरके, who will hear to someone's voice? So मेरी भी किसी ने ना सुनी, so என்னோட voice கூட யாருமே கேட்கல. So the author was telling, save it, பார்த்துக்கோங்க, இங்கே உட்காராதீங்க, இங்கே basket இருக்கு, இங்கே luggage எடுத்துட்டு வராதீங்க. So whenever the station train நிற்கும் போதெல்லாம் the authors used to say all those things to tell the new passengers that he has kept the basket here, but no one was ready to hear. So when the human becomes a people, mob ஆயிட்ட பிறகு no one will hear anyone else, right? So we will be doing our own work. So similarly, everyone are doing all the things in spite of the author was instructing the passengers that he has kept the basket of cauliflower here. No one heard his voice, no one respected his voice, no one followed what he was trying to say. And as soon as the author was inside, so everyone started to give the suggestions that you could have kept here, you can keep there, you could have moved to some other coach. They were telling all the rules and regulations. Author was just listening to everyone who was saying their own suggestions, and he has kept the basket there itself. He could not move the basket, he could not find a place for the basket. So whenever the train stops in the station, the author used to instruct the passengers that you have to save the gobi, and there is a don't keep your luggage here, please take care of it. All those things he used to tell whenever the train stops in the station. People who were getting in, their aim was to get into the train as the author has got into the train, right? So there no one was listening to his voice. जब तक इलाहाबाद स्टेशन ना आ गया, मैं अपने गोभी के जाबे को देख भी नहीं पाया. So till I reached Allahabad, I could not see the basket at all. Means that there was so much of crowd in the coach, in the compartment, that he was not able to see the basket itself. भीड़ उस पर छाई रही. So on the full crowd was spread across the basket. इलाहाबाद आने पर ही मैं उसे देख पाया. After reaching Allahabad only I was able to see that. उसे is the pronoun used for that basket. गोभी के गत्ते हुए पत्तेदार फूल जनता की इतनी लातें सह चुके थे कि हारे हुए उम्मीदवार की तरह उन्हें पहचानना कठिन लग रहा था. And now the bundle मारी वांगिट वंदा, the close type he was purchased the gobi, right? Now it has taken so much of kicks. लाते means the கால்ல இடிப்பாங்க இல்லையா? So kick, இவ்வளோ kicks வாங்கின பிறகு it has changed the shape. அதோட உருவமே மாறிச்சு. The closed gobi which was there tightly packed, now after getting so much of kicks and hits from the people, it has changed, which could not be identified. The author is comparing that to the हारे हुए उम्मीदवार. So हारे हुए उम्मीदवार is the election எல்லாம் வந்து candidate நிப்பாங்களே, the person who would have lost it. So how the face will become after losing that. So அந்த மாதிரி compare பண்ண ஆரம்பிச்சிட்டார் to the cauliflower. So the cauliflower which has got lot of hits and kicks by the people has changed, which could not be identified, is similar to the face of the candidate who has lost in the election. Ummidwar is the person who stands for the candidate who comes for the election. So पहचानना कठिन लग रहा था. पहचाना identify பண்ணுறதே கஷ்டமா போச்சு. கठिन means difficult. It was so difficult to identify the way he was purchased the gobi and the condition in which the gobi is now after getting all the kicks and hits from the people. इतने हमले के बाद इवला attacks, हमले means attack. So who has attacked the gobi? The people who passengers were getting in and getting down from the train. மேபி கிட்னி விட்டமின் உண்மை ஷேஷ்னா இன்னும் பாக்கி இருக்குது. how much is balance, அதில் இன்னும் எவ்வளோ விட்டாமின் ஸ்டில் பெண்டிங் இருக்குது. he was very curious to know that. मैं उन्हें बाबू हनुमान प्रसाद तक पहुंचाकर मालूम करना चाहता था, पर हिम्मत ना पड़ी. So I wanted to show this, the condition in which the gobis are there. So I wanted to show this to Hanuman Prasad and get to know from him that how many vitamins is still existing in this cauliflower, but I didn't have that much of courage to show him. So himmat na padi means he didn't have the courage to ask what he is feeling now. So after getting lot of hits and kicks from the people, the stage in which the gobi is there, he still wanted to know how much of vitamins will be there in that. So it is very comically the author has written, but he didn't have the courage to go and ask Hanuman Prasad. यहीं के बाज़ार से 2 रुपए के फूल खरीद कर लखनऊ के कहकर उन्हें दे आया हूँ. So from Allahabad market only I purchased for ₹2 each. So 2 रुपए 2 ரூபாய் நினச்சிட்டு நான் திருப்பி இங்கே வந்து இலஹாபாத் மார்க்கெட்டில் I purchased and told him that this is from Lucknow. So Lucknow के அப்படின்னு சொல்லி I have given them. யாருக்கு கொடுத்தாங்க, உன்னை தே ஆயா, உன்னை is a pronoun for Hanuman Prasad. So he has given that, telling that he has purchased from Lucknow. But where the author has purchased? Author has purchased in Allahabad. How much he paid? He paid ₹2 for each. और उसके बदले में लखनऊ में मिलने वाली सस्ती तरकारी पर उनका एक भाषण सुनकर अभी लौटा हूँ. So when he went to his house to give the cauliflowers, in return what he gained? He gained the speech given by him about the cheaper vegetables about which were available in Lucknow. All those details he started to give. So all this bhashan he has heard and he was returning back. So very comically he has written. So though this much of struggles he had to face to give the benefit to Hanuman Prasad. So Hanuman Prasad, to get the benefits of getting the vegetables in a lesser price, without thinking he was taking the help from the known person and putting them in an uncomfortable situations. So hope you have understood this lesson. So very nicely the author has written. We will surely we will laugh here and there about for the words which he has used comically. And if you have any doubt or clarification, please put in the comment section and surely reply back. In the next video, we'll see the question answers. Thank you, students.